Hey guys, Tom Austin back with you. Part 2 Night Stalker unboxing video. A lot of people want to turn this this tripod into a shooting platform low enough that they can shoot prone. We understand that. We designed the tripod specifically for that purpose. So I'm going to cover that real quick. In order to change this to a tripod that will go in the prone position, we have to remove the center stock. Okay, the center stock is pretty easy to remove. First thing we're going to do, we're going to untwist the bottom here. This piece with the hook on it just untwists. Set that aside, don't lose it. We're going to need that in a second. Then we're going to untwist the collar. Once we get the collar loose, the center stock will slide out just like that. Okay, we're going to set the legs aside and hang on to those. Next thing we need to do is remove the center stock from the ball head itself. You'll see this piece right here has some serrations on it. That's a big washer, and we actually need to keep that. So we're going to separate the two. Okay. Now, if yours is hard to separate, there's a tiny little Allen head right in here. If you can see that, you'll need to loosen that up. From the factory, it should be loose. Okay. But I've found that a couple people have said that theirs was tight. Use the tools that were provided in your kit. Remember, these are in the secret pocket inside the padded case, not the pocket on the outside, the secret pocket inside the padded case. Use that little Allen head, remove that Allen, or at least loosen it up, and then we're going to go ahead and separate these. Okay, just take some leverage. I'm going to pop it off. Spin it. Comes out. Okay, now set that center stock aside. You don't need it. You're going to see here we have some threads still exposed. Let me show you this. This piece right here, independent of itself, it threads into the tripod head. Okay, we don't need to thread it in entirely. If we thread it in entirely, then all we have are these little threads sticking out, and the bottom base cannot thread into that. Okay, so make sure that you don't thread it in too far. We're going to really put it in about 2 turns so we have enough of the big threads sticking out. Okay, that way when we go to put it back together, this piece will thread on just like that. We're going to have the tripod centered in here. I'll show you how that works. Okay, take this piece just as is and set it aside for a second. Then you want to pick your tripod back up. I'm going to invert the legs just by using the push lock. Invert the legs, and what I'm looking for in here is this little keyway. So you can see this little tiny keyway right here. See that? This piece right here also has a little tiny slot on it for the keyway. So it has to go in and coincide with that piece. If it doesn't, the base won't sit flush. Okay? See how it popped down in there and now won't turn? If it's not in correctly, it's going to still continue to turn, and it won't sit flush when you get the other piece on. Okay, so we got that in. We're going to hold pressure there. Move a leg down so it's out of my way. Then I'm going to take the tripod head and I'm going to screw it in to the base. Okay, screw it in tight. Now you'll notice it's still a little wiggly. In order to take up that slack and remove the wiggle, we have to just tighten this center collar. Okay, so once you take the center collar, you tighten it down. No more wiggle, no more center stock. Completely gone. Now I can splay the legs out to the widest point, and there we go. Tripod for prone position. This is a perfect height. It gets you up on your elbows enough to where you can get stable, get locked in on the gun. Fantastic. You can leave it in this position or leave it in this configuration indefinitely. I shoot my Night Stalker in this configuration. I take the center stock out. They're very solid. Then when I'm shooting standing, kneeling, or prone, I make up my height difference with my legs like we discussed, and bang away. Again, very stable platform from Night Goggles called the Night Stalker. If you want the ultimate instability, we have an even better tripod. More money obviously, but it'll hold 66 pounds capacity. Bigger legs, beefier construction, solid as a bench. I'll show that to you in another video. Stay tuned. Night Goggles Inc. on YouTube.